previously on MF and Research. So because of that, for this particular trip, I decided to go with the Thule AION. Hopefully it works out for me. Now that I've taken a trip with it and had some time to spend with it and really put it through its paces, let's take a look at the Thule AION 40-liter backpack. I think there's only a handful of reviews of it on the internet, so let's add to that. So I recently got back from my trip from Vegas, where I got to put this bag through its paces, walking through the air, walking through the hotels. We stayed in 2 different hotels during the time. We went to brunch, where we had to hold the bags with us while we were there. So I got to see how the bag handled as well. This is it right here, packed out still from the trip. Once this video was over, I'm emptying all that stuff out of it. So I wanted to show you guys exactly how it was packed from the trip. So just to let you know what you're gonna expect this time, we're gonna review the specs. I'm gonna go over the bag empty just to show you the compartments. Then I'm gonna go over the bag exactly how it's loaded out. Then I'm gonna talk about the pros and the cons, just to go into detail of what I liked and didn't like about the bag. And then I'll tell you if I think this bag is right for you or not. So if you've seen the Gear Hunter video, you can skip over this part. But if you haven't, let's go over the specs. It's 100% recycled polyester. It's Blue Sign certified. It's a 600D wax canvas shell. It's got a water-resistant coating, free of PFCs. There's no real mention on the denier of the interior, but it is a nice light blue color. It comes in 3 colors, black, nutria, and dark slate. And mine, it's in the nutria colorway. The price, it's right around 200 bucks. I found mine at about 160. Usually between 160 and 180 is where you can find it for if you look hard enough. As far as the dimensions go, it's 13.9 by 9.1 by 20.5. It's 3.2 pounds in weight, and it comes right in at 40 liters with no option to compress or expand. So now that we've gone over the specs, let's show you the bag empty so I can show you all the pockets, the features and layouts close up, and then we'll go through how I loaded it out. Here is the bag before it's packed out. Let's kind of go through it front, back, the sides, and the inside, and we'll kind of talk it through. So this is the front. This is the quick access pocket right here. Let's open that up. So it only opens to about right there. So I do kind of wish the zippers went down a little further. There's a zip pocket right here. That's not too bad. And then this pocket right here is padded, so that's pretty good. Your little key leash, it's not elastic, it's really short, but I don't care about that anyway. You got a couple pin pockets, another slip pocket, and then a slip pocket that's the width of the entire panel right here. So you can put your tech and stuff right here pretty good. And then this is as far as the bag goes. Let's see if I can show you that in there. That's as far as it goes, and that's it. So all this space right here is not really used. I was wondering about that because of these pleats and stuff like that. I was wondering if there was a way to use that space, but it's just more design than anything. There's this Hypalon panel right here down the middle on the 28 liter. That's a spot for lashing things. That's replaced and moved over here. So you got that on that side and you got that on that side. So you can either attach things this way or this way. So depending on what kind of straps you have, you can do that. So on the side, there's a water bottle pocket. It fits my water bottle, no problem. No issues with that. There's your blue sign approved. All right, so let's go on this side. Here's your brief style handle. It's fairly comfortable. And that's really it on this side. No water bottle, nothing like that. So now let's go over to the main compartment. Oh, before we do that, the handles. The top handles, I hate these things, but here they are. We'll see how it works when I take it with me on the trip, but hopefully it'll prove me wrong. So now this is the main compartment, fairly simple. On this side, you've just got a zip pocket that's somewhat shallow. You can put some things in here like a jacket or something flat, notebooks, books, things like that. Here you can see that reinforcement right here. This is for the admin panel. They could have easily duplicated something like down here to give us that space. So that's probably a miss in my opinion. So that's it on that side. On this side, this is the roll top bag that you can put in here and put your dirty clothes or your sneakers and things like that. I don't have it connected in here because I don't think I plan on using it, but I'll show you real quick how it's connected. you've got these two little clips, which are very similar to the compression straps, and they just connect down here. You can see that. And then this button connects with that button to keep it secure. But what I plan to do, you can either do one of two things. You can roll it down and stuff it in here like that, like so, to kind of hide it. And I could do it better if I had more time or I wanted to be neat about it. But what I plan to do is take it out completely because it's completely removable, which is a great decision, and just get rid of it. Compression straps, got one, two of those guys. You've got an interior pocket right here. Not really sure what you'd use that for, but that's there in case you need it. No other pockets on the side really. There's a little loop right there. It keeps your compression straps down and keeps them in place, so you can just feed those through there so you won't lose them, and it'll make attaching them easier in the end. But that's really it on the inside. Pretty simple. Now let's go to the tech compartment. And this is probably my favorite part on this bag. So first of all, you've got a nice roomy cavernous space. You can put stuff there. It will compete with your main compartment a little bit, but if you have like a notebook folder, papers, things like that, that should be fine in there. There's a zipper pocket right there, and that's going to be perfect for all of your chargers, dongles, adapters, things like that. I don't plan on using my tech in here, but it's here in case you need it. I may do it on a future trip. Here is the tablet pouch. It's pretty big. It's probably the size of some laptop pouches, so that's a good thing. I mean, there's a lot of space. Your 12.9 or your larger tablets will fit in here no problem. My 11-inch iPad Pro shouldn't be a problem in there. It just fits in there. It's suspended on all sides, and it's suspended there. Some people don't like a side access laptop compartment, but I do. I don't mind it at all. So it's suspended off the bottom, so that's a good thing. And then here is your laptop compartment. It is nice and spacious. You can fit a 15, 16-inch laptop in here, no problem. You can fit a larger laptop, probably, I'm pretty sure. You can probably even fit it in here with a sleeve if you really want to. So plenty of storage in here for your laptop, for your tech, so that's a good thing. So now, before we wrap up this part of the video, let's talk about the back of the bag. So here is just a hidden back compartment. You can put like maybe your passport or something back there. Here are the straps, the backpack straps. They're pretty thin, but here they are. Here's the sternum strap, the daisy chain for adjusting your sternum strap, your strap keepers right here. This one kind of popped out when I was testing the bag out. Your back panel, a luggage pass-through right here. And then, I don't know if I showed you this already, but we'll show it again. Your buckles for your sternum strap. You'll see the hip strap is missing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that in real quick because I did not buy the add-on. I had a City Sling by Air that I was just gonna put in here and try it if that fits. I don't think I'm gonna take it with me. I don't think I'm gonna need a hip strap for this one. So I'm gonna put it in here just so you can see it. So I just put it in here real quick. It works. It's kind of got that not quite OEM fit to it, but it kind of fits. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. You have to buy the sling separately if you want a hip strap, or you can use one of your small 1 to 2 liter slings. And that's the bag empty. Now let's show it with everything in it so you can get a feel for a packed out AION backpack. All right, this is the bag packed out. So let's just start from the front and work our way inside. So going in the main pocket, the only thing I have is I have my little pill pouch for my vitamins and stuff like that. I had that filled up for the week. I've only got one section of my multi-section task and roller toiletry kit. Like I said, check that video out. I love this thing. You can make it as big or as small as you need to for your trip. So that was in there in the front. And then right there, I had a tactical pin. I actually forgot I put it in there, but it made it through TSA. And this is that padded compartment. I don't have the gaming system in there anymore, but I put my work phone in there just to show you that. And if it's in there, no problem. And it's nice and padded, so it's comfortable. So this is one of my issues with the bag. So right here, there's a pocket here, and it stops about like right there. There should have been a pocket here because this is kind of loose and floppy, so I don't really like that. So let's go on to the main compartment. And I'm going to turn it this way so you can see inside of it. So this is what it looks like right here. On this side, this is a smaller side, and it's just got a zipper right there. And all those zippers are awesome. I love the blue interior. It's a nice touch. On this side, it's a little bit flatter than the main compartment, but on here, I've just got my underwear and stuff. That's in there, and I had my beanie. That's it. That's all that's in there. So on this side, I packed a little bit more than I meant to pack. So these are, this is a shirt and a pair of jeans that I forgot and I just left in my kit. I was supposed to take this out, but I added it anyway. So with that, the extra shirt that I packed, the extra pants that I have, could have gone 7 days easily with this stuff, and still had a little bit of room to spare. So let's keep going. Those are the compression straps. I wish they were centered a little bit, or just down and up a little bit, or this one was down a little bit more, but that's okay. And then that's just the hoodie and some pants. And then these are just the rest of my clothes that I packed on the trip. So there's a few pair of pants, there's a few shirts in here, and that's really it that's in there. And so didn't use this pocket. And now let's go into some of the other pockets. Hidden access zipper back here for this pocket. I didn't use this anyway. And then here's the laptop compartment and the tech compartment. So as you saw before, this spot right here is perfect for all kind of extra stuff. You even have this space as well. I just got a few things back here that I just shoved back there. And this right here is a zipper compartment. That could all go in here. That does compete with this space just a little bit, but not much. I didn't feel any of this, so that was no problem. Here is the tablet sleeve. I'll drop my tablet in there right now so you can see that. There we go. Tablet's in there. And as you see, that's the 11-inch iPad Pro. The 12.9 will fit in there no problem. And then I have I put it in there sometimes too, just because I didn't bring a laptop this trip. That is a big compartment right there. You've got plenty of space. I'm sure a 15, 16-inch laptop will fit in there no problem. So definitely something you could take. You got plenty of storage for your tech in here, so definitely like that. This is just the brief strap with the hero clip on there. Didn't really put it on here because like I said, these straps are really small and I didn't like them for that. Hey, I hope you're liking the video so far. Don't forget to like, comment with any gear reviews you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe to MF for Research. Any support helps grow my little small corner of the EDC community. Now back to the video. Now that you've seen the interior, the exterior, got a feel for the pockets, got a feel for what it looks like with the actual loadout in it, now let's talk about the pros and the cons. I know I've teased some of those along the way, but let's really get into detail on those pros and cons right now. First up, I really liked how the bag was padded for tech. There's two sections really to speak of. First is in the admin panel. There's a part in there for your cell phone. I use that for my little mobile gaming unit. And there's also good padding on the laptop compartment and the tablet compartment. I do find the space pretty good. I was able to put, really I only planned to do 4, but since I packed the extra day by accident, I had 5 days, almost 6 days of clothes in there. Probably could have put 7 if I really needed to. So if you can fit 7, you can travel almost indefinitely on that. So this is a good bag as far as the space. I really did like the color. Got a lot of compliments on the color as I was walking through the airport and stuff. And I like the idea of the wax canvas look so that it'll patina and kind of tailor itself to your look and how you use the bag over the years. For the money, it's a lot of bag. I mean, you've got good tech organization, you've got good storage compartments. There's not a whole bunch in the way of secret pockets and stuff like that, but there's a lot of pockets there to put everything you need. I don't think you'll be wanting for more space unless you just bring a lot of stuff. I like the concept of the removable roll top bag. And I like the idea that if you don't want it, it comes away cleanly. You can either store it in the bottom or you can just take it out completely and that section buttons up. So that way, unlike some of the other bags where it just rolls down and tucks in place, you can really have that space if you don't want to use that. And if every little ounce matters to you, that's some weight savings that you can take. I do have to say that I am digging the materials, both inside and outside. I have no complaints on that. I really liked them. I like the blue interior. That was different from the orange or the gray that you usually see. That was a nice change. It is Blue Sign certified, so if that's something that's important to you, this is a bag that'll meet that need for you. So next up, I did find the back pad right here fairly comfortable. It's not super raised, but I thought it was raised enough. I had on a hoodie in the airport and it didn't keep me too hot. I will say I also liked all the pull tabs on the zippers. They're heat shrunk and then they have extra tabs, so manipulating the zippers wasn't a problem, with one exception, and we'll talk about that in the cons. All the zippers are a good size, so no complaints on the zippers really. They worked well and they're functional. There's no waterproof zipper, but that's okay. There is a zipper garage right up there, so that helps a little bit. It did fit in the overhead bin, no problem. On one of the flights, I was the last person on the plane and I was still able to fit it in the overhead bin sideways even. So that's definitely a plus if you're worried about space. I was in the spot where they were checking overhead bags and we walked right on by and I was able to put my bag in, no problem. Last up, this brief handle right here is probably the best handle on the bag. I've got my hero clip right there, and that's probably my favorite way if I'm maneuvering it in and out of the airport without it being on the shoulder straps. That's my favorite way I like to handle the bag. Now that we've talked about the things that I liked about the bag, let's talk about the things that I didn't like about the bag. So first up, on the front right here, there's this space right here. There's a pocket right here for your admin panel, but right down here, there's nothing here. There seems like they could have made another pocket right there or on the side, and that could have gave you some extra organization space. It seems like because it's kind of floppy on the inside, it seems like a waste of space. While the roll top bag is an interesting idea, I ended up not using it. I tested it when I packed it out, but then I ended up just taking it out and left it at home. One of the things that really irked me was when the compression straps were tightened down and you were trying to zip the bag back up, that little dimple made it a little tricky on the zipper. Just getting around that part got a little bit annoying from time to time. It's a small issue, but it happened every time you open or close the bag. It got to be annoying after a while. The strap organizers on the backpack straps, while they are there, that is a good thing. They could have been a little bit different because they did pop out a couple times and my straps were flopping all over the place. I think twice that happened. So for some reason, they didn't stay on. I could get them back in, no problem. And this might be just nitpicking and it might be how I packed the bag. The compression straps, I felt like they were a little off. Like I felt like they could have been brought to the center just a little bit more. Comparing it to some of the other bags I have, I felt like the sternum strap, the buckle, I felt like it was a little small for the size of the bag that it was. Another miss, and I guess that was a sacrifice to make the bag as clean on the exterior as you could. There were no compression straps, so you couldn't really compress the bag down if you didn't have it full. And I think that would have been a plus to add to the bag. All right, next up, and we talked about them a little bit, the lash points right here, they're not as functional because you're gonna have to hook either carabiners or go from across the front. I feel like the best use of those straps is when they run across the front of the bag. So I wish they would have done that. And now I've got 3 potential deal breakers, so listen closely to these 3. First up, I feel like the backpack straps aren't too padded. I'm gonna show you real quick. This is how they stack up compared to my Air travel backpack, the bag that it's supposed to be replacing. If you notice, there's a lot more padding on the Air travel backpack and it almost looks like it's half the padding. It only has the firm portion, but not the extra cushion. I noticed with the straps, from getting off the plane to getting onto our Uber in Vegas airport, by the time we got to the Uber, the bag was digging in my shoulder a little bit and it wasn't too comfortable. Probably the biggest deal breaker for me is these top grab handles. They are really not functional. You really can't use them very well. They're too small to be beneficial. They really don't make sense to carry them this way. I think it's the same idea as the Pack travel backpack where they have the 2 straps on the side. I think the thinking is to be able to move the bag back and forth with both hands. But because the straps are so small, it doesn't really do that well. And because they're spread out, if you had smaller hands, that would be annoying trying to get to both of them. So I'd rather have either one large strap, one small strap as a support strap, or 2 larger straps of the same size, or just one strap altogether, and that would have been fine too. I didn't like the idea of having to buy the sling separate. Even though my Air Sling fit, I wish they would have included a strap, or at least treat it like Alpaca does, where you have the basic strap and you can go on and purchase the upgraded strap. I just feel like that was a miss, and I feel like that shouldn't have been that way. If you think the straps are right for you and you don't like a super padded strap, super cushy strap, then might be the way to go. I would say if you're not gonna be doing a lot of walking in the backpack, I think it'll be fine. If you're just using it for road trips and stuff like that, or from the house to the car, or from the car to where you're going, the car to the hotel, I think this will be fine. Honestly, I'd probably say that the 28 liter version of this backpack is a little better. It expands to, I think, 32 liters. That with, say, a secondary duffel bag would probably be a better combination. All right, let me give you the final verdict of this guy. With me really hating the grab handle at the top and the shoulder straps not being comfortable at all, I really can't see myself using this bag long term. So now let's talk about what I feel the fate of this bag is. Because of the deal breakers, they are large enough for me not to really be a fan of this bag. It looks like I'm gonna have to be sending this one back or selling it. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna do yet. But I don't think this bag is for me. Instead of trying to save a few dollars, I probably should have just went with the packed travel backpack instead. So when I got home, the first thing I did was go to the Pack website and see if I could pick one up. Went to the site and this happened. I did submit an email. It did say it's going to be available spring 2024, so I'll be on the lookout for it when that happens. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other. If you want to see other bag or pouch or other EDC related videos, check up here. There should be some videos up here for you. This is MF and Research, and I'm out.